G'day guys, and welcome to the channel. Here we are at Lerderderg State Park at the training area where I train newbies, and behind me is my Tank 300. Yes, it's a Chinese car. Before anyone says, it drives beautifully, does everything I need. Now I'll tell you a little story. When I went to look for a car, I was actually looking at a Prado, and I wanted to buy a new car. And I had about 80 grand, and I could have probably stretched that a bit more, but I didn't want to, but I could have stretched more. But at the time, it was pretty hard to get Toyotas. It was about 12-month wait, so I wasn't going to wait that long. So I ended up going and having a look at it at Everest. Now, our local dealership here, Ford dealership, has a GWM as well. So I was walking past and I saw the Tank 300. I said, what the hell is that? And I thought, oh, it's Chinese shit. Won't even look at it. And I proceeded to go into the Ford area and talk to salesmen about an Everest. Now, after taking that car for a test drive and having Fords before, I was really iffy. I wasn't 100% on it. Now, that's no offense to any Everest owner. They're a good car. They drive beautifully, but I don't know, I just didn't like it. And I ummed and ahed and thought, do I keep my Triton that I've had since 2018? Do I keep that and just go? Now with the Triton, I spent a lot of money on it. I had a canopy on it. I had 3,000 watt inverter. I had two 200 amp hour batteries, coffee machine. I had everything. It was set up immaculately, and it cost me a bloody pretty penny. But anyway, saying that, I didn't like the Everest, and I was thinking about getting a Pajero Sport. And when I jumped into the Pajero Sport, it felt like I was in my Triton. And I should say that I was after a sedan. I wasn't after another dual cab, because my tradie days are virtually over, and I just wanted something with a shorter wheelbase and something that I could take out on the tracks and really enjoy. So anyway, the Pajero Sport, a nice car, and again, I don't think they're a bad car. I think they're a great car, because after the Triton, that went everywhere. But it was like jumping back into the Triton with all the plastics and all that, and I just wasn't happy with it. So anyway, cut a long story short, the Ford salesman said to me, have you tried the GWM Tank? And I said, mate, it's Chinese. I don't think I'm really keen on getting one. I've taken an LDV out years ago when I was looking at the Triton, and the LDV drove like shit, and I just hated it. So I ended up saying, well, no, I haven't. He said, well, go to the salesman, have a talk to him, see what you reckon. So, which I did. Anyway, the salesman was really good, and he gave me the car for 2 days, 2 whole days to test it out. And he said, take it on the tracks, do whatever you want, it's fine, and let me know what you did. As soon as I jumped into that car, and to tell you, it was a hybrid, but as soon as I jumped in that car, I thought, mate, there's so much tech and so much, it's so nice, you know, for the price. Well, I think at the time that was 60 grand or something. But the petrol was 51. I thought, that's really nice, you know, for 50 grand, and it drives grouse. And I took it up to a couple of tracks and did that, and I tested the lockers and all that, and yeah, fantastic. So, cut a long story short, I ended up buying the petrol version. Now, the only reason I bought the petrol version was I was just a bit iffy about having a battery that, you know, might only last 8 years. What happens after the battery goes? How much it's going to cost to get a new battery? And tell you the truth, I don't drive big kilometres, only when we go away or something like that. So really, work's only 7 minutes down the road, so I'm only driving probably about 17k a day. Anyway, so I got the petrol. Now that was in 23, late 23, and that was a 23 model. I ended up smashing that. I don't know how. I was on the highway doing 110, all of a sudden it veered to the left and straight into the barrier, and I rode it off. So I got a new one. It's short, so I got it covered and got a new one. I ended up getting a 25 model. Now, with this 25 model, it's got better towing, and I do tow a trailer, and the trailer is fantastic. I've got a two ton, about 2100, I suppose, K, Gee, and it tows perfect, no problems at all. The only thing I will say is that it does need airbags at the back, which I'm planning on getting soon. But saying that, it still tows great. Now I've got a upgraded suspension on this thing. I've got Top Tiger with a 2-inch lift, which is about 2.5 inch, and I have 17-inch rims from Bob Jane, the Monster rims, and 33-inch KO3s, which I love. They've been great. The KO2s, I've heard they were pretty shit, and I never had KO2s. I had Nidays on the Nissan, which were fantastic, and that's what I was going to get originally. But I thought I'd give the KO3s a go, and I've done about 12,000 K on them now, and they've been great. In the wet, no problems at all. Now, when I stacked the other car, it wasn't driver, I'm going to say, it wasn't driver error. There was something going on with that road, because about 2 months after that, there was a truck had rolled in exactly the same spot. There'd been more accidents in that exactly same spot. So I don't know what was going on there, but it definitely just veered straight to the left, straight into the barrier, and yeah, it rode it off. It went straight into those cables and ripped the side of it. Anyway, this is my car. And like I said, I've done probably about 12,000 K, and I've done a couple of mods. Like I said, I've got the suspension, I've got a Hammer hoopless bull bar, winch bar, whatever you want to call it. I've got a winch, and I've got the wheels. So that's virtually all I've done to this car, and it goes everywhere. It goes everywhere, and I've never had an issue. Now, would I recommend mods for you? Probably not. I would suggest that you use your car, and that's with highway tyres and all. Come out training with us, and you'll see how capable these cars really are. Now, with a good set of all-terrain tyres, they will go further, but you will find with the road tyres, you won't have any issues at all. Anyway, so we're planning on doing another training in 2 weeks. It'll be the first one for this year. We had a couple of training sessions last year under Tank 4-Wheel Drive Club. But now I'm on my own, and I'm doing I'm doing 4-Wheel Drive 360. And that's what this channel is. We're not just tanks. That's why I did change the name, because we're not just GWM Tanks, LDV, all Chinese cars. We are everything. So if you have just got to purchase a new Nissan, a new Toyota, whatever, and you've never 4-wheel drive before, go in the chat, and you're welcome to join us on our training sessions. All our training sessions are free. I try and give to the community. I really want people to subscribe to the channel, because I plan on doing a lot more videos, and it will be around once a week. There'll be a new video every week. So yeah, I'd really like people to subscribe and look out for our next training session, which I will put up on our Facebook page. And the Facebook page is 4-Wheel Drive 360. Anyway, that's about it. So I'm here at Lerderderg, and this is the training facility. This is where we do all our training, day trip. So what happens is we do the training around here, we go out for lunch, or we go to lunch up at the camping area, and then we go down a track called Diggers Track. Now, Diggers Track is, it's not a hard track. It's probably classed as a black track, but it's not a hard track. And as long as you take the right lines, you won't have any problems. I can promise you and assure you, you will not damage your car on any of our training days. We are very careful on that, and we give you proper instructions and show you how your car operates. Now, I've done a few videos around here at the moment, and I'm going to put them up and show you. So stay tuned and keep looking, or keep watching, and you'll see what you will get up to. Now, it might look daunting to you, but I promise you, it is not hard. It is not difficult. And just with this little bit of training, you will feel so much more confident to go out on the tracks and start using your vehicle as it was meant to be used. The training consists of thinking that people have never 4-wheel drive before in their lives. Never. And they've just bought a Tank 300, or they've bought a Ford Everest or whatever they've bought a four-wheel drive and they want to be able to use it as it was meant to be used. That's what this training's for. It's for basic training, to how to operate your vehicle properly. Now, it's not about mods. So our four-wheel drive training, and this is what I try and impress on people, is the main thing is taking the correct lines, learning how to take the correct line, wheel placement, when to use low or high range, when to use lockers, front and back lockers, that kind of stuff. We show you all this, and then hopefully you find it that you like it and you want to come out on a trip with us. So we're planning on doing some more weekend trips, and that will involve going up to the high country. We'll probably come around here for a weekend or an overnighter. There's a lot of great camping areas there. But yeah, that's about it, guys, and hopefully you enjoy this video, and give us a comment below and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Cheers.